Hey everybody, it's me, Remy, the comic book poser. I'm here today to welcome you down to the Poseverse. We are hopping in we're calling this episode 1.5 of Shop Talk, that we weren't planning on going live together again until Thursday night show, until there were some images shared in our Discord group, and I'm going to show them, and then we're going to bring everybody else on. But it's been the story all over comic book internet the last, 12 hours. So this was Penguin Random House's debut of their shipment for Marvel. And here's what one of the boxes looks like. They were angling themselves as knowing how to distribute books because they do it all the time. That these mailers were noted to be not regular ass boxes, but special comic, mailing boxes like a big ass Gemini. But when you looked inside, here's what AM and KM shared with us in our Discord chat. That you're seeing, I'll move my cursor right there. That corner of Eternals is ruined. There's, a better shot of not just some dings, but some gross bends and waves in the other books. That it's looking pretty rough, y'all. So, we're going to keep things, in our normal kind of chill and lighthearted fashion, but this is something that's clearly not good for shop owners, and it's going to be problematic for us as readers and fans if we, can't get the books that we want. So I'm going to bring on the other members of tonight's panel. We've got AMKM Comics, and we got Jelly Fingers.
What's going on?
So, AMKM, walk us through what was going through y'all's heads when you opened your first box from Penguin Random House today.
Well, you can't lie, fam. Go ahead and tell them. Tell them how you got the news. You woke up to.
Well, I had one box,
but we didn't really open it to find out the whole thing.
I didn't open it.
We had the option.
Yeah. So
I woke up to cut it to let him to go on. I woke up and shout out to Milky Comics and what they're doing. But he had posted it up on IG, and then Mike told me, "Hey, did you see what 616 is posting?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I can't fit the comments on Homeboy's page." I'm like, "What the hell's going on? I'm gonna go to the shop ASAP." So go for it, fam. And then I know you were reading. What was one of the things that they were?
616 was complaining about the box that it was shipped in, which I personally believe that was one of the biggest mistakes. Especially with very little protection. There could have been some type of difference, especially with it being their debut, which I think they did just an awful job. But I mean, that's why we're here. Talk about what could possibly happen in the near future. So I'm upset.
Well, and very well as you could be. So walk. I know distribution news is something that's not sexy to read and talk about. So a lot of people don't dive into it unless there's some kind of scandal. So um, I know the moment you all sent some stuff, I reached out to my shop to see if it was, a regional thing or if it was damn near everything that came out because it was still just kind of everybody slowly posting as they were cracking their stuff open. So, uh, why is Marvel now shifting to Random
Was that
House?
on top?
No, that was on bottom, fam.
Oh, good.
But look how thin,
Yeah,
tiny, flimsy.
All right. I mean, and this is not to throw shade, but I mean, come on. I mean,
No, this is totally throw shade, man. Because look at the sides aren't protected because that box they said was the size of comic books.
Hey, here, at this. My bad. This was
whoa,
on top.
whoa, wait. This was on the top. My bad.
I was on top.
Don't. I gotta give it to justice that they.
So you're saying there's an inch of protection on top and bottom, not even on the bottom really, but the sides,
Those
sides and the
are-
corners, man. That's where the problems are happening because the sidewalls have nothing besides normal, just cardboard box. Yeah, dude.
On your webpage,
Yeah.
I mean, tell me if this is anything. I mean, what are we guaranteeing here? 8.8075s or what? I mean, at this point,
Well,
Which-
that's the,
what you want me to do?
Poser wanted to see the inside of the box. Nigga.
Dude,
I
that
mean,
is just unbelievable.
It doesn't matter, bro. It's one after another. If it wasn't that, it was a rub. If it wasn't the rub, it's a band. If it wasn't the band, it's a. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
I mean, we really. I mean, and you know what? Maybe is this our spanking for complaining about Diamond? Is this our little curse that we get now? Is this what's happening?
You mean like a karma?
A little karma, a little bad karma coming our way now. I mean, because just how did it get to Diamond though? Pretty good, you know.
I mean, Diamond's always had its issues, but I mean, yeah, I would have much rather had Diamond ship those books.
See, that's why as soon as this happened, I told Mike, "What is it? Do we have? I'll go back to Diamond. What is the? I don't care what is the percentage. I mean, I don't care about the percentage at this point. If we're gonna get this is the, I mean, I'd rather go with a couple. And here's not leaving them off the hook.
Wait.
Okay, so this is Diamond. All right. So this is Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, but this is not leaving them off the hook because they're classic for this. This is what I'm talking about. They're classic for this. So this is the 1 in 25. I'm not leaving them off the hook. This is the 1 in 25 with a roll. With a roll, son. And I can bend it out. I can. I got the press machine in the back. But come on. This is not. But you know what? This is more safer
Yeah.
than this. Right, at this moment in time. And this was, I don't know. I just wanted to bring it at up close view to the camera so you guys can be a judge. And this is not leaving Diamond off the hook. They still need to get better. But I mean, my God.
So, Poser, I did the same thing as you. I called around to a bunch of LCSs here in California, and then I called back home to see what the kind of consensus was from everybody that got books from Penguin, and it was pretty much across the boards. I think one shop said that they had maybe 4 damaged books, which that was definitely not the norm. Everywhere else said 70 to 80% of their books were almost trashed beyond, like you can't even sell them. Did you find the same thing?
Yeah, that same thing. And, for a lot of shops out here, a lot of them are closed on Monday. So they're showing up on Tuesday and like, all right, we're going to get pools ready for tomorrow. And, to look, this is a Bleeding Cool article where they've got links to tweets and Instagram posts where just about everybody is saying, there was a lot of damaging. There was one person who said, uh, let's see, ours were okay, but 3 pieces of tape, no protection, and given how thin these boxes are, there's no way, shape, or form they will stand up to holiday shipping. And just looking at these breakdowns, I mean, of as bad as it is from across the board, like from Power Pack Nation, as KM showed, Diamond does have its issues with the way it's come out, but in looking back to all of the complaints that I've ever seen about Diamond, right, it's never been that bad.
Yeah, not like this.
Like, the moment that there's an issue, you can call your Diamond rep and they'll go, if they know that there's more that they can ship, right, then like Ryan posted on Mill Geek, they have you strip the cover and send the covers back, and that's how they'll replace them. And if it's a low number, then there will be the issue of like them just going, we're going to give you credit back on your bill for your next shipment. So here's what made me kind of scoff the most. So AMKM, when you reached out to Penguin House today, what was their response?
The exact response was, we are aware that we have high volume of damages. Send us an email, pictures, comments, anything that you gotta say, and we're in talks with Marvel.
And I mean, you would think that there would be something a little bit better than that. I know that they've got to be freaking out.
All
but
I
they also
was
know
the word damages, and he did not let me speak after that.
Well, I think they know that they got to try to fix it. So what I was trying to explain to him, either A, they got to go into major reprinting, because how do we look at the customers coming in?
Mm-hmm.
And we can't give them that and put it in a box like that. And then we were going back and forth, me and him, because this morning was kind of weird. Is because look, what we were dealing with Diamond was that, of course, some of the ratios came in damaged. Yes, they did. That's why I just showed you guys. We're not leaving them off the hook. Yes, we got some of the customers complaining here and there, and they would wait a week or two for the replacement. But what are we gonna do Wednesday when it's now 70% of your customers that you gotta explain?
100%.
It's a different type of a topic now. At that point, it's like, damn. Now,
so are these Penguin books for this week? Is it a wash? Is it just gone? They're not going to get replaced.
Well, we don't know. I with the volume of damage, I honestly think that not Diamond. Oh my goodness, Marvel is going to have to go back to press.
They're going to have to go back and do a whole other print run, though.
Yeah,
because they only have so many overages,
Yeah, so just think about it. It's going to cost Penguin House money. It's going to cost Marvel money, and neither of them have said anything.
Well, I wonder what the contract is between them. Is this going to fall on Penguin
right now?
Are they going to start? Because and did we ever say this is their first week?
Yeah,
as the single issue direct distributor for Marvel.
Yeah.
So this is how they opened. So this is the vibe they're putting off right off the bat.
Yep.
So,
but here's the issue too. The issue is UPS, because from my understanding, a lot of this is on UPS also. We all know that UPS sucks.
But if you ship books with no protection.
But not only that,
from UPS, and they don't come in like that.
Yeah, but not only that, UPS loses packages. How many retailers have complained about not getting their packages? The package is not coming.
But
yeah,
I mean,
he left all your books out of the picture, William. But KM gave you that special treatment.
yeah, William, your books came in on fire.
So this one was stacked.
Will, I would never do that to you, brother. Will, I would never do that to you, brother. Never, brother. Even though we rivals on teams, Poser is a chief, and I will never mistreat none of Poser's books because I love you guys like that.
But I mean, I think, you know, there can be some blame at UPS and the U.S. Postal Service, but that's what, like, imagine what would happen if everything that we sold, you know, through Instagram, whatnot, you know, YouTube auctions, if we packed things that shittily, like,
So if we did that, whose problem is it?
Well, I was just trying to say, okay, so these ones are totally damaged, right? So I was just going to show you guys real quick, right? And these are consecutives. And these are the ones that I'm going to show you guys that were damaged. But the ones that I'm saying, even the salvageable ones, like everything else is good, but those corners on every single one of them, let me see.
They're raggedy, man. I
can't. Would you put that on the shelf? I mean, would you even buy that? And it's on both sides.
I mean, that would go straight into a dollar bin. I mean, those are readers. That's all they are. They're only readers at this point.
I mean, these.
But the problem is,
and then this is what I'm trying to do.
Majority of comic book people are collectors.
That's what I was trying to tell them. We always get 2 copies, one to read and one maybe because, you know, you never know what might happen with that book. You know, it might be a little spank, maybe a quick flip.
well, imagine how bad this would have been a couple of months ago, right? Like, I know that my LCS had moments where it was week to week call on if he was going to be able to bust through COVID and be able to survive. And that's common throughout, you know, a lot of smaller shops rely on their weekly Wednesday income. Yeah. And, you know, especially someone like y'all, AMKM, that you're still in, you know, going into the second month of the shop being open, that you've got to worry about that capital coming back in so you can continue to exist. And knowing that the response is like, yeah, we know we're dealing with some shit right now. If you don't get a call, an email, or something tomorrow going, all right, we have a day to wrap our head around all of this nightmare, then I don't know what they can do to try and save some face, let alone anything else.
Hey, so okay, Poser, can you highlight Emmy's question right there at the bottom? Well, no, not his question. What he's saying at the last comment, Emmy's comment, right after Will, because what I was saying, that's what I was saying myself. I don't think they might reprint everything. Do you think that this stuff that is high grade, that's it, right? I don't think it was going to, or you think it's going to be a major reprinting?
I think with some of the number ones that are coming out this week, they'll definitely reprint. But I almost like the laugh in my head was, you know, people who lust after error prints. It's almost like this is we got a clean copy that survived Penguin's first week of shipping comics.
Oh, yeah. Because remember,
but I think
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to bring up. Cantu
never got reprinted.
Cantu news spread like wildfire. Why? Because we as a community knew that we weren't finding them at a high grade anywhere at any LCS. You know, if you were finding that high grade Cantu number 1,
you're lucky.
And then look at what those 9.8s are going for because of that. So ME kind of did hit it on the button right there on that, because some of these, if they don't reprint these books.
Tell me who
really got high grade books.
But that's going to leave a big void, because if you don't want to pay $3.99 for this damaged book, and the comic shop sells it to you for $3.99, then you don't get the story.
Yeah, but usually when you get damaged books, you mark them down like $2.
Well, you could,
A lot of 50.
But a lot of that goes based off of the.
I mean,
the
now you're marking
distribution.
down 75%.
Yeah, but that goes off of the distribution. Are you, as a comic shop, going to get your money back for their fuck up? That's the question. You can't mark it down. You don't know that the distribution got you back. Yeah, you can mark it down for the customer and say, "Hey, I love you. You know, it sucks. I'm gonna sell it to you for $1.99."
Hey, I got you. Can you do overtime, double baby 30-minute presses, and I'll see you tomorrow.
So
I'm just kidding.
That's going to be part of what I think will happen, because that's what you go through with Diamond, is that instead of sending the copy back, that at times they'll just have you strip the cover and send the cover back to get those books back. But I think there will still be instances of them having to go the route of going like, yeah, you might not get these books, period. And the other doomsday scenario is like, if I really want this story and I go buy it digitally, you know, so digital comics are convenient as fuck, but it's going to be a shot in the face to, you know, comic shops. So I think, you know, people will still go out and get them, right? That there will still be diehard readers, collectors, all those kinds of things. But when you think about people who, if a number one was coming out this week, that might be the book that drug them into the comic shop, and they're like, oh shit, I can just get it on Comixology. You know, do you hurt, you know, entry level people either coming in or reemerging themselves into reading?
So shout out to everybody showing up. Thanks everybody showing up to the chat. Appreciate you guys showing support.
So the way that I look at it is kind of exactly what KM had stated. Real Geek had stated, is the free shipping worth it?
No, I was already trying to go back to Diamond.
That's what I'm saying. Is the free
I didn't want to deal with this.
Is the free shipping worth it? Is the percentage difference worth it? And what will end up happening?
Well, just like Poster said,
I mean, it is if this is your alternative.
Right there, man. So what you want to do is continue to make your customers happy.
Of course.
So
but that's what I'm getting at.
I asked you, I was like, dude, what is that for a couple 8% more? Dude, go back to Diamond. Go ahead.
The goal
and pay the shipping.
The goal is to make the customer happy, right? Yeah. So if all retailers are not satisfied with Penguin and they don't order from Penguin and they go back to Diamond.
Well, it's because I'm always doing my thing, working in the back.
You know what?
Doing because we do different things.
I was laughing
here in the shop. So he does other things, and I do my thing in the back, right? One of the things that he was saying that he was talking about, I didn't know that Lunar. You said something about Lunar was trying to get.
Lunar's trying to get their
the
feet
Marvel
wet.
Account. Why wouldn't you go with something that you knew was working?
DCBS is the one that's hounding Marvel. They're trying. So right now, DCBS is a customer. This day, right today, DCBS is a customer of Penguin.
Yeah.
They've been trying to get as a competitor, not as a customer. So DCBS is the one that I think most industry insiders think is going to pick up, was the front runner to pick up the contract besides Penguin.
Yeah.
So there's a couple factors that I think that are going to change with how this week turns out. So as we know, Marvel kind of overprinted during COVID. Once they got back up and going, hence why we've got tons of like variants and coming up in the Walmart packs. Those are all just overruns. So those are all coming up in the Walmart packs. That's why everybody's chasing Walmart packs, because we've got all these overprints that were never bought by the stores, never went out because people weren't buying as many comics from your brick and mortars. Yep. So they scaled back. So I would be surprised if Marvel, I don't know if they would have anticipated this going, you know, I mean, I expect the first time things get sent out, you would anticipate for there's to be a, you know, wrench kind of thrown into the mix. I don't know if they expected this, so I would think their overrun would be very low, but more than it has been.
William's claiming that out number one.
So either Marvel goes back to the printer and prints another run. Is it a second print? Is it a replacement? Because if it's a second print, then
for 1.5 printing.
Devalues.
1.5 print. There we go. 1.5 printing. But then, I mean, that changes the whole dynamic of this week. Because then, who said that? Was it William that said anyway about the COVID numbers? That those books that were real low print, they're getting more valuable. Well, if that's the case, then this week's prints, if they do in fact reprint or go to a second print on it, like immediately, you got some valuable books on your hands.
For the ones
well, and I think that's going to be hard to track though, because you have some shops that took the hard,
not necessarily,
L, and some who didn't get big hits. So it might not be accurate to know how many printings of the true first printings exist, and then how many they have to now potentially reprint to cover the damage. Like, you'd be able to find those reprint numbers because they'll probably somebody will publish how many things got.
It'll get found. I can't remember which database shows the print runs. They don't do it for all books, but you can see them. But what if they say, well, our bad, let's move on to next week. We fixed our shipping. We got different boxes.
Penguin Random House has 3 weeks, essentially, with Marvel. Because the FOC cuts off, there are no more FOCs. I think last week was the last FOC for a
Random
month.
House?
No, for like a month for Marvel.
Well, wait, who was switching from 28 days to 30? Who switched their FOC to 30?
What do you mean?
Somebody switched their FOC from 20. I want to say it was 28 days to 30 days. Was that?
I'm not sure. I
don't know. I'll have to look it up. Maybe I'm talking out of school. I don't remember.
So I think it's the independents, because I know that the independents I know what you're talking about. The independents.
I feel like McFarlane was talking about it or something. I can't remember.
They're trying to shorten the time frame. So
no, they extended the time frame for the FOC. It went to longer. Like your FOC was 30 days out instead of whatever it was. Now I remember it was.
Well, I know for independents, we started to order let's say we ordered yesterday, right? Well, those books are released on the 27th now. They're not released on that month out.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel went to a full 30 days because it used to be, and I remember when Ninja Dairy Comics would do his 30-hour-long FOC show, and he'd say, when he got to Marvel, that he'd be having to do the week ahead. Or essentially the books that we would all be looking at on the next weekend because of that 2-day difference. So
okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So they extended it.
So getting it up to that month is nice, I guess, but you have to think with how long it takes them to get everything packed and shipped, that next week's books are going to be fucked up too, because they're boxing and sorting everything for next week now.
No, but
so they didn't push the red button.
So they made your halt.
No. I think they honestly put a halt to it. I don't think they're going to package. I think that they're seriously going to figure it out, because it'd be kind of stupid for you to package, mess up, and we're letting you know a week in advance, because normally our books ship out on Wednesday, Thursday for us to arrive on Tuesday. That's normally when we get our books. So, and they ship these books out on Friday. So another thing, what I think happened, and I think they had everything planned out. I think they had everything ready, and these boxes can work.
No, but show
But
the. It's like it looks like if it made you if those blunts on the box
made the difference.
made the blunts on the
Yeah,
book.
but
So
let me finish.
you can show that shit up close if you want to see. So that's how flimsy the box would be, and all of those hits were felt on the comic.
Now,
So you would have to switch the box.
if you know, hold on, but I'm getting to that point. So if you know UPS, this is what they do.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
probably what they did.
Yeah, but you should know that ahead of schedule. We know that.
So yeah, no, Penguin Random House made a big mistake, and I could say that they made a big mistake because of the simple fact that they rushed to get these shipments out this week.
So,
Because
do you think they didn't look at the packaging? They didn't. They thought that packaging was good.
no, they rushed to get it done because they fell behind. So that there's a headline that says we are aware of potential delays in shipments for this week. So what they did was they rushed so there wouldn't be any delays because they guaranteed
Okay. So
they
let's.
guaranteed that the books would arrive on time before Wednesday.
And I think this
But
is
let's
what
say they rushed it.
we're talking about.
How did they not? Let me think how to say this. So let's say they rushed it. So their packaging is good. Is that what you're saying?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
So you say them rushing to get it out, put extra strain on UPS, who handled the packages a little more carelessly because they were overloaded.
You can't say that.
Putting strain on their employees that normally package the packages.
I don't feel. See, this is where we disagree.
I'm just trying to come with.
So I think the problem's in the packaging.
You're not finishing this. You're not finishing showing. Because what's going on? Oh wait, who's playing us again?
There's
Well,
feedback.
that might be me. Hang on.
Okay, so check this out. Okay, that's a box. Within the box. How many?
Yeah.
That's why you can't. What are you talking about? Look. And it's inside of this.
No, what I'm saying is,
What are you talking about?
I don't think these are the initial
That's
boxes.
a good box.
I didn't say it was a good box. I'm saying this. I don't think this was their initial goal to ship in these boxes. I would hope.
Well, and I think the other thing, like looking at some of the things that they've got in there. Oh, Comic Journey, I'll pull the pictures back up again. But there are things that if they want to use that same box again for a week, that bottom plate is something that we all use when we ship slabs and stuff like that, but we use it all over the box.
Yeah.
So you think that there would be additional things that they could
Utilize.
put in the box, right? That they could even go box within a box and go a little bit bigger. You know, they've got to have bigger boxes.
That's the point where I was trying to do about that. This was supposed to be the inner box, in my opinion.
So
But the rush.
I mean, if
I
Amazon
think that's a big deal, and I definitely think the bottom of that Bleeding Cool article kind of made the note of what if, imagine if this were peak holiday shipping, that that they're pushing at capacity to get all of those things out and around, that's going to be a bigger issue if they don't solve the durability of their packaging or the protection of the things inside. Because I think that's something, as someone who ships all kinds of shit, right? I know that it's going to get Ace Ventured. So to some extent, the onus is still on them for putting literally no interior packaging. So Comic Journey wanted to see the damaged books. This is what AM and KM dropped into our Discord today, where you can see heavy blunting on the corners, that you've got, big dog ear folds that look like they already have hard set lines in them in the upper corner, so a press isn't gonna clean that shit up. And then I think the last picture we got is the box that or AM has been sufficiently manhandling, as AM and KM were having their own kind of unique box battle. I'll drop the link to this Bleeding Cool article, if you want to see it. That I want to know what the boxes look like from the people who were like, yeah, we got everything. Thank God there was no damage, or it was the standard like 3 or 4 books that are kind of fucked up.
So, can I ask you a question, Poser? Jelly?
What's up?
Yeah.
As a customer, and anybody in the chat who wants to answer this as well, as a customer, what are you guys going to be looking forward on Wednesday?
Nothing.
Any clean books. I mean,
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
know, but, I mean, are you going to take the hit and buy the kind of messed up book, or are you going to take the pass?
Well, realistically, we can't even sell.
I ain't gonna.
You can't sell the book because,
I ain't gonna put
no. But if Marvel says, "Hey, all right, we need the books back,"
I'm shipping them all of that back.
yeah. But there's those comics that will sell.
Blunts.
They'll sell it.
If it's something I'm reading,
all that,
I'll buy my reader copy. But I mean, other than that, like I wouldn't take a flyer on something I don't know.
Well, they got to give
buy
us
a crunched up book.
Wednesday. They got
especially a number one. I wouldn't even waste any time.
That's the thing about Diamond. Diamond will send out an advisory. They'll send out, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what you need to do." Now, will Penguin House do it? I don't think they have the manpower.
I mean,
to.
This is their first shipment out.
Any comments? Hell, not to the non.
So I guess really next week makes the difference. What's going to happen next week?
Well, I think it becomes harder for you all.
That's the
because
biggest
when you open the door tomorrow, you don't know what you have to do with the books, right? They said take pictures of the damage. So if you sell books at $1 to get them to somebody who really wants it, and then they're like, "Oh, if you want that, then you got to send the book back. You got to send a cover back." That it becomes hard, if shops open tomorrow because you don't know what to do with them. Like there have been a couple of times where, like Jelly said, if it's something that I'm reading, and it's the only copy that the shop ordered because I was the only person reading it. Like I was the only person reading Finger Guns, and when Finger Guns 2 or 3 came out, the only copy was damaged, and he was like, "I can send it back and get you a clean one." And I was like, "I mean, I'll pay you what you want me to charge me for it now because I want to read it, and then if a clean copy comes in, it comes in." So I think I'm in the same spot that if there's anything that I'm way caught up on from Marvel, and I think the only Marvel books that I'm pulling this week are X-Men books, which I'm a fucking short box behind on that shit. Like I can sit and wait a week or two to get a clean copy, but I think it creates a lot of risky things that we know that there will be speculation on these books. That I know if y'all know that if there's something that y'all are reading and I pick up a clean copy, I'll just be like, "Here, send me $3 to ship it to you." Boom, gone. But we know as we watch other people on Instagram, all over the corners of the internet where people sell books, you are probably going to pay higher prices to get a clean copy because people think there's going to be value based on these numbers. So it's going to be interesting watching all of the speculators, especially as they talk about next week Marvel keys based on what happened with this week's shipping.
William said just sell it, and then whatever you got left, send it back.
No, well, I didn't know exactly how they were gonna do it, if they were gonna ask for the books.
Well, I gotta make a phone call in the morning. So
I was gonna go the poser route. I was just gonna sell the like we do. We're gonna sell the DC, sell the all the indie that's coming, and then
So
hand out
what percentage of your shipment was
hand out just hand out reader
77%.
Yeah. I mean,
And
at this point, if it's more than 70, I think we're at what 70% of damage back there.
70 to 80%.
At this point, it's just handing out free books, if anything. But if they want the books back, I'll send them back. But I mean, I was just gonna hand them out as a reader copy. Here you go, fam, so you don't miss your run. Because dude, I read Dark Ages #2, but it just sucked filling the back of the book with you knew that it was it was a damaged book. But I mean, if you want to get your read on, here you go. I'm my bad. There's nothing I can do.
The other thing that's going to be wild is
Penguin Random
the
House
shops
free
that are
comic book
reporting
day.
no issues are the shops that are still pulling their Marvel books through Diamond. So that's going to be the other wild element to this puzzle, right? Like, once that window shut on DC cut and ties, right, you had a month to 6 weeks to get set up through Lunar
That's
or
also
the
a
other
very good
person
point.
they were using at the time. But now in this instance where Marvel still has their feet in both pools, like, I'm probably going to be lucky enough to have decent books because the bulk of what my shop got was still through Diamond, in the same way that you showed some clean books that came out. So I think that's the other.
That's something
crazy
maybe you can bring back on Thursday, Poser. Exactly what you just hit on, because maybe that's what I was telling him earlier. That if Diamond was successfully able to give out good copies, then everybody that stuck with them got the books right, and everybody that went Penguin House got the.
I'm gonna say
got the shitty boxes, but that's nothing here nor there. But what's up, Big Papa? Hey, congratulations on that 500 again, fam. There's also who was else that I saw too.
I'm gonna say this. I was laughing.
Was it Arcade Pops?
When
somebody's close
when
to
Diamond
said
Pops,
I think it's close to 750.
When
guys.
Diamond had said that they weren't worried about Random Penguin House, I laughed at them.
Now who's laughing?
Yeah,
they are probably.
But see, now,
and he really said, we are not worried about Penguin Random House.
And really, the best thing about PRH is mostly for international customers because they've got a wider distribution network internationally.
Yeah, I thought that was the big kind of draw to Penguin House was their footprint internationally.
It's going to be fun talking to some of our Australian friends who don't get their new books until Friday to see how fucked up all of these are making it across an ocean. That I'm real excited to see, from down under collecting what things look like for them. Or that I'm going to be watching Whack Comics' Instagram like a hawk, because I know that some of those books that make it to Australia may very well show up in worse condition from anything that we've seen Lee or Tyler do to a book on their channel. Like, maybe it will be the full circle of reality, art becoming reality, that they've been fucking up bad books. So, maybe Penguin's, stealing their brand.
All we needed was an extra border on the sides. That's all we needed.
So,
I don't think
when I ship lots of short boxes, and when I do, I don't do anything else besides add a lid to the bottom of it. And I have shipped lots and lots of short boxes, and I've never had anybody complain about damage. So, like, there's very little they need to do extra shipping wise to that to make it palatable to the customers. It's just, I mean, that's nothing. When you make a box as big as the comics, the littlest movements are going to spine ticks in, they're going to rub, hit corners. I mean, look at the corners on that box. They're just all smashed up, and that transfers straight to the books when you have a box that's the same size as the books.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no shock absorption.
No, none whatsoever.
No, yeah, man. It was something weird to see. And if this is the case, I can't wait to go back. And does anybody? We're all around the same age, guys. I mean, me, Jelly, and Poser. Do you guys remember Dave Chappelle? That sarcastic laugh. That.
Oh yeah.
That's Diamond right now when we all come crawling back. That's they'll be laughing like old Dave Chappelle. With the cigar, yeah.
That won't be
That's what they're doing right now. They're having their own player haters ball.
Oh, dude.
They're enjoying themselves right now.
Point at the CEO of Penguin Random House. She wears underwears with dick holes in them.
Dude, I just said that about somebody the other day. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh man, dude, this was a wake up call to a lot of people, man. This morning, I bet you.
Damn, I placed 3 orders with these fuckers.
Oh, well, now you're nervous on 2 more orders.
Shit, you're
Coming
right.
ahead. We nervous now.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna come get the books.
Placements with this.
Whoa! We did that Venom, son.
The Venom, yep, exactly.
Shit.
That's what I'm telling you. But at least I'm glad
Venom number 1.
the Spawn coming in.
Yeah, they better have their shit fixed by the end of the month when Ewing's Venom comes out and Cates' Hulk comes out. Like,
Ewing.
Come on, don't do me like this. No, don't do me. Oh, come on, man.
Well, I'm gonna actually transfer the Hulk. I'm gonna see if I can transfer the Hulk to Diamond.
No, dude. I mean,
No.
they can't do us like that. These are some
I'm gonna have to make
some good books coming up ahead, man.
I'm gonna have to make some adjustments.
yeah.
And was it worth it?
That's a good question. I don't know how they make it good without a reprint.
Was it really worth it for Marvel?
Do you guys?
Did they follow just because DC jumped out? Is because I was wondering this myself.
Supposedly it was in the making before DC even made their movie.
Yeah, supposedly Marvel was already looking at different distributions, which is why DCBS was kind of in the running for them as well.
Do you think that?
Okay, but what were you saying to J1 earlier this morning? Say what you were saying about what did they specialize compared to
Hardcovers, trade paperbacks,
and who was the competition that was trying to take over?
Oh,
What's new?
not for them.
No. What company that Jelly was talking about?
Lunar.
And what did they specialize on?
Comics.
So who did they research?
Not Marvel.
Hey.
So you think if Lunar had the contract versus Penguin Random House, what would we be talking about this right now?
No, because I've seen how Lunar books are shipped.
Like
they always come. Wait, do you guys use Lunar at all?
Yeah, oh, definitely. That's how we get our DC.
Yeah. Okay.
So out of our DC order, I'd say probably like 4 of them are damaged, but they're still sellable. They're not like they're like they're not like with minor
those books.
Yeah, minor defects.
Yeah.
And you can take a hit on a couple of those books.
Oh yeah,
non-pressable defects.
Yeah,
we can get some work in it. This also helps Lunar.
Well, I think.
Well, yeah, that's true though. But nothing. But also DC does regular. They do the card stock and they do the flimsy ones too, though. Comic Journey.
They don't do
They don't do their cover A's are regular, just like
they got all the Matina covers as their B's
and then the cover B's are the cardstock, right? Usually the cover B's and the C's are the cardstock, and then usually your 1 in 25 would also come in a cardstock style for the DC comic. So yes, if you want to say that, which that is amazing. If you want to say that, I kind of like that they hit that on the right. That was a good way to go. If you're gonna make a 1 in 25, 1 in 50, go extra material on the cover.
Make them sturdy.
And then not only are they glossy, but you get a chance.
Wait, so the only difference between Lunar is Lunar on the 1 in 25s, they bag and board them.
Oh,
Lunar does?
My bad.
Lunar bag and boards the 1 in 25s.
My bad, Papa Willie. I'll let you go ahead.
Quality shipping there.
They bag and board to ship.
The other thing that's wild to me, you know that the moment anything happens, that I'm just a news junkie. So I went to Google, and then I went to Google News. Literally, the only article that I've seen written by anyone or anything about how fucked up shipments are this week is that Bleeding Cool article.
Yeah, it's the Bleeding Cool. Otherwise, it's all social media from shops.
Can you break down that article for us, though, Poser? Can you give down the meat and potatoes of it and give the what they really broke down, what really hurt Penguin this week?
Penguin sucks.
Oh,
so I read the article. There's not a lot of actual. It's all just basically them quoting Instagram stories and shop owners and stuff like that. There's not really any deep dive into why this happened.
No one has an answer. When I called Penguin, they were like, "Yeah, we're working on it."
Yeah, they were like, "Huh?"
I really feel like the people who are about to take a hot L. And thank you so much, Bugsy, for entering the Poseverse. I think really the poor saps who are going to take the most fire are the poor bastards that they put the packing insert pictures of, where it's like, here are these people packing your books.
Hey,
know
where's that? Where's that image? Where I was like that lovely letter that they wrote.
Yeah.
I mean, most collectors aren't going to dive as deep into this as we are. And so I feel bad for the customers that are going to come in and be like, I don't care the shipping problems. Like, and then the LCSs are just, those guys are going to be sitting there just holding the bag. Like, it's not my fault, but they're like, but I want my books. Well, it's not my fault. Yeah. I want my books. So
it's going to be the people who charge the amount at the shop when your DC books come in a day late, or they show up at the end of the day.
So we got to blame these two?
Yeah, these.
Oh, I forgot they put the Packers in there.
These poor bastards.
I got a bounty on them.
I feel like don't put them on blast right now.
But
because Larry's going to catch some heat from some people. Charlene there. She's going to catch some heat.
Someone in the comic book world is going to get one of those folks who have been like hunting down the random people at like racist rallies, and they're like, let's find this person and ruin their life.
So they're going to get doxxed.
Yeah.
Well, that actually does kind of
so that letter said,
and their picture
damage
is all over
this portal.
Karen and Chad.
Yeah.
And then
what are you doing?
That's what I was gonna be like, because I had to bring out my old box that I have here. This is my collection. So as you guys can see, your boy picks up a lot of covers. I mean, just to name a few. I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, but this is, and I do get a lot of indie. I'm not gonna lie, I'm an indie fanatic, but you know what I'm saying? There you go. I got my Marvel in there. That's what I wanted to show you. I got your Kazar in there, and then I did pick up some DC that week, some Bermuda, and then I picked up issue 2, and I had to pick up issue 3 for the wife. And I mean, just because it's the same old. And then Army of Darkness, you know. But what I'm saying is, as a collector, you know, we all wake up Wednesdays ready to get our books. You know, we're all happy. I mean, I feel bad what's gonna happen this Wednesday when a lot of Marvel covers are just jacked up, and you're not gonna be able to either get your run or, I mean, and that's why. I mean, I don't just collect to collect. I collect to
yuck.
I collect to read. What you mean? Look at this Will. Look at this Will, big dog. I mean, I collect Will.
You didn't even read Batman.
No, I don't read Batman. I'm not gonna lie you. That one I'm collecting it for the wife and that one I wanted to read Inferno. I just haven't had a chance to get it into it because I read all my indie first. Even though I didn't even get
So you're just showing us what we could have had if Penguin didn't ship the books.
Yeah, Cam, we need to just start a PayPal account to get Cam an actual short box.
He says they're for sale. He don't even let me get your boy a short box. Look at that.
You can buy one.
He wants to. He gets me these.
You can buy one.
Oh, it's for the customers. Blah blah blah. You know, I just like to collect, guys. You know, and then most of this is.
Okay, here's the bullshit. So he complains when we don't have short boxes, but he complains when I don't give him one.
Sounds right.
But yeah, this is. I mean, yeah, you know, guys, come on, man. This is.
If I gave him a short box for every time he needed a short box, I would never have him.
Hey, Poser, did you read this, fam?
No.
Dude, you're sick. I'm gonna send you a copy, fam.
So
sick. I got an extra just for you, then.
So if you guys want to tune in on Thursday when we talk about Out.
Yeah.
Dude, I have yet to read an AWA book that wasn't good.
Yeah.
So this is what
I'll
we'll
do
be
this real fast because Oregon says he's behind on his reading. So when I keep saying every week in my pull list videos that I'm behind on X-Men,
jeez,
this is like the last 2.5 months of X-Men books, and I still have like an 1.5-inch stack, 2-inch stack sitting over here in another pile of stuff. So I can relate, but you know, I at least can put it in a short box.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to start buying my own short box so I can look like a decent collector now. But if
AM does not believe in short box welfare, you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
I believe USPS welfare.
Protestant work ethic to buy a short box.
That's what that is. USPS welfare. Free boxes. USPS.
Oh, okay, you need that teaser too. I got you guys. I got you. That it's a good story, man. It is a really.
Who is you guys?
Bugsy, but I think
Bugsy and who?
Well, she's probably with Helvetica.
Bugsy and who?
I count them as together.
Bugsy is who?
With a man, what you talking about?
Helvetica didn't say he wanted that.
He ain't here, but it's their box. They share the same short box. Boom, boom, right there. Same number. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Don't worry about what I got. I got you guys. One copy.
Who's you guys? God, what in the world is going on?
All right, so you want to give everybody a little tease of what we're going to talk about on Thursday? This will be part of it because I think we're all intrigued in knowing the resolution of this. And you know there will be another Bleeding Cool article coming out tomorrow where that there's going to be different answers to different people that they're
I'm gonna call Random Penguin House tomorrow to kind of see, get an update. I got to do my OSD course.
Record it.
Record it. So I got to do my OSD for them, and then.
I mean, thank you for taking the time out of your day, though, Pose and Big Jelly, you guys. I mean, We wanted to bring this up as an attention because I think it affects the whole community as well. All the shops and mom and pop shops that went to Penguin, that we went to the whole transition and going over. And
I had faith in you, Penguin.
And then to get this is kind of like wow, that's not what we thought we was gonna get, but can't cry over spilled milk right now. Let's see what's gonna come out of this. Some of the speculation was pretty cool to talk about because we don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to talk. I mean, this is and could be a big event. You know, I mean, these books might be something special. So we'll have to see how Penguin House responds, but yeah, I mean, these
right now,
unicorns in the future.
You guys think that round 2 will be better, or you guys think that?
I think they fix it.
Yeah, if not, they're gonna lose money.
Yeah, if they don't fix it, then
I think they're gonna lose the contract.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's already signed though? What do you mean they're going to lose a contract?
If you mess up like that,
there's all kinds of clauses to get out of contracts.
Oh, okay. You're right.
So I signed a 2-year contract with you, and you mess up every single time, and I gotta suck it up and deal with it.
No. When you got a deal as big as this, there are expectations that are in the contracts.
That's lots of money on the line. Oh.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine if these guys literally sent out 70 to 80% of damaged books. I mean, I think the cost is going to fall on Penguin House, and I mean, they're going to take it in the rear for this.
Yeah, I think
so. If they don't fix it, I mean, why double down and take another chance at ruining 70 to 80% of your product?
Well, Marvel will shift, you know, if they go to the real DCBS, you know, I think I'll just keep christening Penguin Random House as DCBS, and it will be the damaged comic book service. Like,
yeah, like I said, Penguin House variant. It's
Ow. That must have hurt. Hey, you've been kicked in the nuts.
That was Penguin House on AMKM.
That's AMKM. That's unfortunately 616 right now.
Oh, Economics and Comics. I forgot. I didn't even get a chance to watch his video.
Oh, dude! Everybody in the community got hit somewhere, some way, somehow.
Did Billy put up a video on this already?
Yeah,
man.
Oh, I didn't see it show up.
It hurt a lot of people. I wonder what Ninja Dairy have to say about
Ninja Dairy doesn't have absolutely jack shit to say because he did not switch to Random Penguin House.
We have something to Jelly to say because he's going to officially say what he got on his diamond order and how good he got his diamond order. So it's good. Maybe we might reach out to our boy Jelly, see if we can have him on as a special guest on Thursday. We'll reach out to him. If not, I mean, if he's busy, he's a busy man.
Creamer and Cash was going to auction, so she wasn't able to make it tonight.
Yeah, I saw she went on live for an auction. We were going to try to bring some other shop owners too, just to see what we can do. But on Thursday, if somebody can jump in and piggyback on this, we'll bring it to you guys' attention.
Yeah.
You know, we always have a spot for a special guest just in case some emergency always happens. You guys never know, especially like today. Well, everybody woke up to some big news.
That's the thing about what we meant by all new and brand new show is when something like this happens. Would we normally do a show on Tuesday? Would I drag Poser out of bed and say, "Hey, you gotta come"? No. But with all new, all different, this is what we're going to do. This is what the talk show or the shop talk is all about, is different things in the community, no matter if it's distribution, comic books. It's not only talking and breaking down comics, but it's also what's going on in the community and how it affects the community also.
Oh, so when you guys send the pictures in, make sure you send in a tore up copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 and tell them it was mine. I got damaged.
All right, let's end on a happy note tonight. I know we kind of mentioned this at the tail end of our 2-hour run last week. So aside from Out, which was on damn near everybody's list, yeah, Journey, most definitely let us know that, because I only get to go to the shop next to work tomorrow because I'm at school until like 8. But yeah, share your stories,
Yeah,
because
everybody, please share in the comments.
it's
Definitely.
it's interesting to think about the impact in terms of a collectability standpoint, shops getting kicked in the nuts, a spec standpoint, that this checks all those different kinds of boxes. So aside from Out, what is a book that you are very excited to talk about on Thursday?
Hey, John Collins with Huge.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, fam?
So
Corset,
this
is
one
that
I'm
Scout?
very excited.
Hey, John. I hope you let us know how your comics come out on Wednesday, brother. We got ours from Random House, and it was a ridiculous event. So, hope you get your comics book well.
You cut me off again. I'm gonna grab my blade.
Stab me.
I wanted to talk about Dark Age, but everything's damaged. So
No, you can still read it. We got reader copies. Reader copies for days.
You got a number one yet?
You got reader copy for days. We got enough time to enjoy a good reader copy. Dark Age issue number 2 was another one on my list as well, because I really enjoyed issue number 1. But what about you, Big Jelly? What were you looking for?
So I'm
Here, I'll make it
bad
big.
boy.
Nice.
So this is from Scout. I've been looking forward to this for a while. There's a couple books coming up that I'm looking forward to reading. This is one of them. I think the story is going to be amazing. I'm not going to read it until tomorrow, so it's nice and fresh in my mind. But I'm looking forward to it. It's cool.
I was like, I don't think I've heard of that book. I have it downloaded from my Scout solicitation email to read. So, oops, I'll read that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, please read it so we can talk about it.
All of our books 65% to 70% of our order came in damaged so far, John. So,
and then
congratulations.
This one I'm also looking forward to, since you guys showed it last week.
Yes.
Oh, that was
a good
I'm
book.
looking forward to it. So,
Pop Tart, you're a bump.
Hey, Pop Tart.
I gotta open
Jimmy.
a box from Pop Tart. I brought down a couple of different shirts so I can create the illusion that I record videos on different days. But when we're done, I got a Pop Tart Timmy box to crack into. But no, Corset. Now I'm a.
Sucks though. I ordered 10 of these, and I only got one.
Dude,
I only got 1 out of 10.
oh,
This is a large.
We got all the black ones, the red
the
ones,
large.
and the
Yeah.
Venoms.
I can squeeze into
I think for me, I know we're going to talk about Chicken Devil, but I think the two that are hitting the top of my stack are Dirtbag Rapture #1 and Bountiful Garden #2.
So the only thing that the distribution from Diamond told me that I wasn't going to get the Chicken Devil 1 in 15.
Hey, Bearded Comic Bro, what's up, fam?
What's
You
up,
know
Greg?
what was the
Oh,
other
what's
one?
that
Was
name?
what was that one title? Wonderland, or what's it
Are
called?
you talking about the Xenoscope?
Yeah,
The Wonderland with Rihanna?
something. I'm trying to. Hey, I was trying to get my hands on that one when I saw it in the box. I was like, whoa! That cover looks a little fire right there.
This baddie?
No, not that one.
No, not this
No.
one. I thought you were talking about this one.
I'll show you right now.
Oh, nice. No, I've got the only Zescope book I've got is Van Helsing Beast of Exmoor #1. But I'm excited.
What's wrong with you, poser?
But yeah, so I think that's a little taste. You'll get an update on this situation from us on Thursday. But
If we
we're
get
all ready to talk shop. We all hung out for another, I think, damn near hour together on Thursday, coming up with some ideas for the future. So, the more feedback we get, the better. If there's anybody, oh hell yeah!
what the heck?
So hold on. So I got a couple of things from Oregon in the mail with
Oh gosh,
a
dude, I
project
haven't seen Oregon forever.
I do,
What's up, brother?
that I'm gonna show off, but Oregon's working with some dope art and some pretty cool shit. That Willy's Wonderland looks fun.
Yep.
But
bro was right.
Oh,
Wonderland.
what was that book as a kid?
Where's another
Man. Oh, dang. That's gonna drive me crazy. Just go ahead.
Dude, the artwork inside was crazy.
This is not fucking Xenoscope.
It's not
is
Xenoscope.
that American mythology?
Yeah.
Things in the forest. No.
Nice. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to say before we push to the end button?
No,
I'm just looking forward to Thursday. I think we're gonna have fun chopping it up, and we're looking for community involvement. So, if anybody's got something to say,
if anybody wants, my bad,
popped in for the littlest of time,
yeah,
feel free to hit me up. Hit any of us up. We'll get you added to, hang out with us and talk some shop on Shop Talk.
Yeah,
and that's really hard to say when you only have half the top set of teeth.
I'm surprised you didn't spit out some gauze.
Yeah. All right. Well, as always, everybody, we appreciate y'all coming and listening to us talk about whatever. But this was fun to talk about the impact of terrible shipping on all things distribution, collection, reading numbers. But I'm most interested in seeing what Random Penguin House does to make this right. That between them and Marvel maintaining full radio silence for a day, I don't know what to think about that, but I know I'm not thinking
Oregon, where the wild things are. That's what I was thinking.
Nice.
Sorry.
Well, alrighty, y'all. We appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit. Hopefully we see you Thursday night around 9:30 Central. And as always, y'all, thanks for stopping by and have a good one.